hype train's coming.
Hey, it's rolling.
It's rolling quick, too. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen this much hype this early in the year.
It's been crazy.
Man, people are blowing up. They see one catch during a preseason practice, and they're like, wide receiver won this year.
Exactly.
This dude's going to be the best.
Yeah.
He has one catch in practice, and all of a sudden he's, the greatest thing since Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? Next episode of Fantasy Headliners. Coming at you today talking about the hype train.
It's rolling.
Are you on the hype train? You off the hype train?
You know what? It's a few people that, I'm hyped about. Getting excited.
Yeah.
I almost feel like Donald Trump when he first grabbed his first.
Whoa.
We won't go there.
Hold on.
But no, I'm telling you, man, the season's about here. Everybody's mocking. Like you said, it's a lot of people that, you can get excited about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell you, I was watching a little film the other day, man, and somebody that, and I know, you might not have the same stance on this guy like I have. We've had previous debates on it. Give
it to me.
You know what I'm talking about. Mr. Leonard Fournette.
Man. You're off this hype train, huh? You off the Fournette hype train?
I had my ticket. I tore that mammy jammy up, threw it out the window, dog.
Man.
And
you are crazy.
I probably, but here's the thing. Leonard, he's a beast. You look at him, you watch some of his, tape and video, and you see, how he trains, how intense he does, his regimens and all this type of stuff, man. And he's a violent runner. I give him that. In college, we talked about this a couple years, or last year, actually, when we was watching some of his games and stuff. But, going back to that, I saw some of the games, especially against Alabama. Bama put the Bama on him. So, if he's getting stopped, by these guys, and that's not saying nothing light, because, you got Ryan Anderson, Jonathan Allen, these are all-stars in the making. These guys are, potentially going to be big names in Washington. They were on the Alabama team. But, man, I'm telling you, he just doesn't pass the eye test for me in camp right now.
Man.
He just
I'm struggling with this one a little bit.
I know.
I'm struggling with it.
Hey, I mean, it sounds...
I'm sitting here getting worked up a little bit. I'm
going to give you, your chance to rebuttal. But, my thoughts on it is, like I said, I've watched him. Number one, the O-line to me hasn't done enough improvements to really help Leonard's case. Now, if he was playing, behind, the great Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line, yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Even Dallas, we talk about Zeke, his, and I'm going to tell you, I go on record to say, I think Leonard is probably he's a better runner than Zeke. Now, I don't know if he's a better running back total. It's a difference. I mean, Zeke, he can catch out of the backfield, do all those amazing things. I don't think Leonard is that type of runner, or running back, excuse me. He's just a north-south type dude. And if that middle is clogged up, man, he ain't going nowhere.
Well, how many other backs are in the league right now that aren't running behind an offensive line that are Dallas and...
Right.
There's people out there on all these teams that don't have great lines that are still valuable running backs.
No doubt.
He is going to get the workload. He's going to be in a run-heavy offense. Bortles completes more passes to the defense than he does the offense. They're going to run the ball. The kid's going to have so much opportunity. Yes, you're going to have to get him second, third, depending on size of your league and who's drafting. You're going to have to get him early.
Yeah.
But if you can pair him with somebody, if you can go out in round one and get a McCoy, a Freeman, an Ajayi, something like that, pair him up with Fournette, you are so unbelievably loaded at the running back position, you'll be set. You don't have to worry about it. I mean, this kid is going to get so much more of a chance. I'm not going to say more of a chance than Zeke, because Zeke got a great opportunity in Dallas.
Right.
But that just so happened to work out because of Dak, too. Had Dak been struggling and Dak not been able to complete passes last year, Zeke wouldn't have had the year that he had because the defense would have been stacking the boxes.
Agreed.
Dak, was a big part of Zeke's success.
Oh, yeah.
And Bortles is going to have to do the same thing. Bortles is going to have to come out and not think he's on the other team. He's got plenty of weapons. He's got Marquise Lee and A-Rob. AR-15 is going to be out there. I mean, these guys are all pro talents. He's got them all around him. Yeah. Everywhere you look, he's got pieces to throw to. He's going to have the opportunity. Now, if Bortles comes out and lays an egg, Fournette's probably not going to be far behind him. But I believe that the style offense that they're going to have, they're going to pound that ball. This is going to turn into Tennessee Titan light. They have so many, running backs with Chris Ivory and TJ Yeldon that aren't going to eat into his carries. Yeah, they may come in on third down every once in a while, but Fournette's going to get the goal line touches, the bulk of the carries. I can't not look at that and be like, that's worth something. Because there's so many guys out there that are the Joe Mixons. A lot of hype on Joe Mixon. Yeah. But Gio Bernard and Jeremy Hill are still there.
That's true.
Fournette, you can say, well, he's got Ivory and Yeldon. Those two aren't even part.
Yeah.
There is no mention of those guys this year. They're still on the roster. Yeah. But they're not going to eat into Fournette's load. Fournette is going to have plenty of opportunity.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, by comparison, I don't think there is any, when you're talking about Fournette and a person like Joe Mixon. But in the same token, like you said, that's my biggest fear is Blake Bortles, to be honest with you. Because if he is not able to loosen that defense up at all, the kid's not going to be able to run the ball.
Well, then why does, Robinson still being drafted as high as he is if everybody's so down on Bortles?
And I think the reason being is because of his name. Because, you could have that, what do you want to call it? It's a bias, like a pass, bias type deal. It could work positive and negative. A lot of people look at Allen Robinson from 2 years ago, and they're like, oh, okay, wow, man, this kid was a monster. Then last year, he laid an egg. It wasn't on that same level. So people are looking at, okay, it could be a bounce back, and it could be a perfect scenario, but it all comes down to Blake. If Blake's accurate, he's cool and calm under pressure, and he can get the ball, to Marquise and AR-15, Fournette could be a beast. Mm-hmm. And then once he starts running, it's all downhill. So it's going to play hand in hand. But it really starts with Blake. They can't, the volume will be there, but I can't see them continue to give him 20 touches and they're down by 20 points a game.
Right. What I mean? I know in past episodes you've talked about somebody you're high on this year, Todd Gurley.
Yes.
How is Todd Gurley not in the exact same position?
I think the difference with Todd is, one, he's a better, pass catcher out of the backfield. And again, I haven't personally seen that from Leonard. Everything that I've seen is just strictly handing the ball off, running behind the fullback, running between the tackles. And that's smash mouth football. I love it. That's what I grew up on watching. But, I just recently saw a video the other day. He tried to do that, and he darn near got his feelings knocked out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It was a violent hit, and I know that's not, a precursor to what could happen throughout the season. But, he's just not passing the eye test for me right now.
So would you rather have him or Lamar Miller?
That's ugly.
Because they're right. I mean, looking at the rankings right here, they have Fournette ranked RB11, Miller RB12.
What's option C?
Gurley's RB10.
Yeah. Well, of course I'll take.
You're going Gurley. I mean, after that, you're going down to Isaiah Crowell, which are decent backs.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they have the ceiling that Fournette has.
And
Fournette could come out and have a huge year. And you'll be the guy that passed on him.
I agree.
For somebody on the Browns.
Hey.
listen to that for a second. You're going to pass on potentially the best rookie running back for somebody on the Browns.
That sounds...
The Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like... I don't know if I'd ever want anybody on the Browns. Brock Osweiler's going to get the start in preseason game 1.
See, that's sad.
Instantaneously, everybody else on the Browns has just been, flushed down the commode.
Yeah.
Brock Osweiler he's like best friends with Jared Goff.
Oh, man. Well, Jared is a little bit of upgrade. I'd have to give you that. But yeah. In saying that, yeah, that kind of sounds, a little bad. But I'm telling you, man, it's just if they can't throw the ball, or get some type of rhythm going with the passing game, those that box is going to get really, really crowded. And if Fournette can't, he's not Adrian Peterson, and a lot of people are looking.
Old AP or this year AP?
All day.
Okay.
That's that. Yeah. Well, hey, you never know. I mean, but no, like I said, if he's not going to be able to get the opportunity, like I said, don't get me wrong. I think he's a great talent. I mean, the kid, he's a monster. You know what I'm saying? You look at him, dude.
Looks like he's 40.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. You got that grown man strength.
He's got Abraham's beard. I mean, the dude.
That's a bump in production right there.
Already. You know what I mean? I can't even grow a beard. You know what I mean? But, hey, like I said, all the attributes, everything is there for him. And I'd like to see him, succeed. I just don't think I can take that ADP, spend that high draft on somebody that the situation is not like Zeke. And I think that's where a lot of people are getting, caught up in that lore. Okay, man, Zeke did it last year. Well, that's a whole totally different situation. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I just don't know if I can afford to do that.
All right. So just so the record states this, so we make sure we have it on camera, you're passing on Fournette for Crowell.
Hey, we'll see.
No, you got to answer.
Draft's coming up.
That's right.
Well, as of today.
If our draft was today.
If our draft was today, I would be passing up on Leonard Fournette. I'm not saying for Crowell, but
you'd pass on Fournette.
Yes.
All right, here's another guy that's been bursting at the seams of the hype train. Mm-hmm. Amir Abdullah.
Yeah.
The Abdullah Oblongata.
Yes.
This dude, let me preface this by saying he's fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
He's fun. He's exciting. He's explosive. But if you're asking my honest personal opinion, I think he sucks. I'm so far off that train. I mean, I'm just waving to the train. There ain't no hype for me there. This dude, they haven't even played a preseason game, and Zach Zenner has already taken away touches from him in practice. Zach Zenner.
Yeah, that sounds like a washing machine.
It sounds like a whirlpool and a Zach Zenner.
Yeah. I mean, my thing is, Amir, he's had some, issues with health, past year and everything like that, but if he's healthy, he's running behind a better offensive line. They picked up T.J. Lang this year, from the Packers. So he's bolstered that offensive, line. Amir could see 200 plus, touches. That whole offense, Matthew Stafford, the kid Kenny Galladay I've talked about, several times. He's going to be a red zone threat. Golden Tate, they've got weapons. So Amir could actually, I'm not going to say he's going to be an RB1, anything like that, but I think he's probably like a high RB2, between Ish. RB2, yeah, RB2-ish.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's, at the ADP he's going at, I really don't see anybody that's, better than him.
Yep. I mean, as of today, he's ranked the 28th overall running back.
Yeah.
Right one spot behind Frank Gore.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Frank Gore is 212 years old. I get it. Yes. But I like Frank Gore. I don't like him to be the cornerstone of my roster. But I know that he's someone that I can plug in on a week-to-week basis, and he's either going to score me 20.
Yeah.
Nope. He's probably going to get 70 yards and a touchdown now and then. Flex play.
Right.
I like Frank Gore. I'd rather take the consistency of Frank Gore than the hype on Abdullah when he's had a couple good preseason games.
Yeah.
He was great in college.
Oh, yeah.
But he hasn't proved anything yet. He's not done anything to make me go, okay, this kid's going to make it. He's just had some bad luck. I don't care about how great he did in preseason 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't care about how great he looked in Nebraska. He's quick, he's explosive, but he's just like a ton of other running backs that nobody ever talks about.
But I think, okay, so would you take in those two running backs, You got a Frank Gore who's been consistent, but he has a higher potential to decline versus Amir Abdullah, who's a young back, strong. Like I said, if he's healthy, he could very well have his ceiling is,
I'll tell you what I would do. I'd probably pass on both of them and go right down one more spot to Paul Perkins and click the draft button on Mr. Paul Perkins.
That's intriguing.
I mean, same type of thing. Got tons of weapons.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to stack the box against him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go after Paul Perkins in a lot of different leagues this year.
I like him.
He's not somebody that I'm going to have as my 1 or 2, but he's going to be sitting there.
Yeah.
Just in case, catch lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hit that weird sound effect that I did that last couple shows ago. That had nothing to do with lightning. But whatever.
Sound like some lightning bugs.
But. Exactly. And another guy that's going right around that same spot, LeGarrette Blount.
Mm.
This isn't the Patriots LeGarrette Blount.
Exactly.
This is the new and improved or new and not improved LeGarrette Blount.
Right.
But just based off of red zone touches, this guy's going to get the ball anywhere inside the 10.
Right.
I mean, if Ryan Matthews could have a year that he had, which wasn't RB1 potential, but, I mean, I'll take LeGarrette Blount.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the potential to, score a lot of red zone points because I really believe that offense is gonna run a lot smoother now. Wentz is in his second year. He's getting really comfortable with the offense. He's got more weapons now. So yeah, they'll move the ball up and down the field. But again, like you said, for me, he's not in New England anymore. He's a year older. LeGarrette is just, I can't see him. Well, definitely can't see him scoring 18 touchdowns.
No, that's not going to happen.
That's not. No. Now, I could see him maybe 500 yards, six TDs, something like that. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, out of that offense, get a good sound effect on that one.
Sound effect for that one. That was like I can't even find one fast enough. That was way low.
I mean, I get it. I get it, especially coming from what he did last year. But I'm telling you, that offense is going to be pass-oriented. Them guys are going to zing that ball. You got Ertz down there. He's going to be, your red zone target.
Mm-hmm.
Him, Torrey Smith, Alshon. So I can't really see LeGarrette being, and I don't want to say he's a decoy, by no means, because, he's a violent runner. He'll get you those tough 31s.
Mm-hmm.
That's, to me, is going to be LeGarrette's role.
Yeah, he's never going to be the type to go out there and break a 60, 70, 80-yard run.
No.
But I go back to, look at the other backs they have on that roster.
Yeah. Smallwood, baby.
Man, Wendell.
The name alone.
Wendell Smallwood, the only thing he's got is his name.
Yeah.
He's almost worth drafting just so you can play with your fantasy team name to put Smallwood in there somewhere.
He's the dude that I want to hang with to make me seem superior, if you get what I mean.
Exactly.
He's the kind of guy, it's like when I want to seem small, I hang around fatter people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep. That's all I can say. Yep.
But anyway, I know that one PC. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, but again, like you said, they got, different backs that fit different roles. But I think Smallwood is probably a better fit because that passing game is going to be.
They got Sproles too, though.
Exactly. Well,
somebody's got to run the ball.
Again, yeah. That's why that's where the 504, or did I say 506 comes in at.
I kind of blanked out when you said it because as soon as you said 500, I totally checked out.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He's more of he's going to continue to help move the chains. So when the offense gets stagnant in the passing game, they'll bring LeGarrette in, like I said, 31. They're not going to do quarterback sneaks with Wentz. So here comes LeGarrette. He'll get you that hard yard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That didn't even sound right. Hard yard.
Yeah, you got to be careful how you word those two together.
Right.
Let me get my censor button here.
Yeah.
Just in case you mess up.
Definitely don't Google it.
Yeah, don't. Especially on a work computer.
Never.
And nothing like that.
Don't do it.
No, I get it. He's not the LeGarrette Blount of the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
And he flourished there the past couple years.
Oh, yeah.
But he's got enough at that point in the draft. you should already have 2 running backs to start with.
True. Yeah.
You already got your 2 guys that you're rolling with week after week.
Yeah.
He's kind of like the afterthought. He's the last-minute flex play.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy that you play during the winter in a snow game when they're going to be running the ball a lot.
Yeah.
There's certain times he's the player that you play when they're playing against a really weak defense when they're probably going to be up by 21 at halftime. They're going to run the ball a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of times when you play him. You don't want to rely on him as your number 1 or number 2.
Right.
But I will take him all day long on my bench.
So, okay, here's a scenario. So if you got LeGarrette sitting there and you got a Kareem Hunt sitting there, somebody with
LeGarrette Blount.
Really?
Yes. Wow. I don't know anything about Kareem Hunt in the NFL. Everybody's so high on Kareem. Fire up the hype train and get on Kareem Hunt. What's wrong with Spencer Ware?
Exactly.
What is wrong with Spencer Ware? I love Spencer Ware.
Evidently, Andy Reid's like, hey.
He did something to Andy Reid in the locker room or something, because what is wrong with Spencer Ware? That dude is top 10 running back all day long if he gets a chance.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the talent.
He's got no chance.
But that's the thing. I don't feel like that's kind of like with the whole situation in New Orleans. When the coaching staff doesn't believe in a player, they're going to have a tendency to not play him. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's going to be the situation with Spencer. He's going to get the start, but eventually I think Hunt's going to take that job.
And he probably is. I mean, is he going to earn it, though? I don't think so. I really don't.
Right.
I don't know if it's more of a, I really don't know. Ever since Jamal Charles was there and Jamal Charles went down with injury, Spencer Ware was like, oh, he's going to be our lead back. He'd get 10 carries a game.
Yeah.
He'd end up getting like almost 10 yards a carry, and then the next week he gets 8 carries. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
When Charkandrick West is taking stuff away from him in the past, it's just not – I don't get it. I am very upset about this.
I'm sorry.
Can you tell you got me flustered?
I apologize.
You got me flustered. I'm pissed for Spencer Ware.
Well, let's move on to the next guy.
Who do you got for the next one then?
Well, another guy, that everybody's been hyping up. I myself, at first thought like, yo, this dude is going to be awesome. That's Joe Mixon. Mm-hmm. There's been a lot of, and we're not even going to touch on the off the field stuff and all that.
That stuff's over with.
Exactly.
He's not getting anything for that.
Right. So we're not even talking about that. But my biggest thing is, the kid's got plenty of talent, but right now his ADP is going around 3rd round, and I'm like, yo, that's too expensive. It would be different if Gio didn't come back from his injury and they still didn't have Jeremy Hill. Yeah, okay. They may not believe in Jeremy Hill like they used to, but Jeremy Hill, if you look at it, he still had about 9 TDs last year. So he's still going to get the goal line work. Gio is going to still get those 3rd down touches. Anything coming out of the backfield pass-wise, it's all Gio. So Joe Mixon is the combination of the two. I think he's the future, of Cincinnati, but right now, he's just not. It's a bad situation,
And if he fell on a team that he's going to get stuck in a committee.
Yeah.
It's like fantasy nightmares.
I hate committees, dog.
And that's the thing. There's like 5 teams that aren't a committee.
Yeah.
Everybody else is a committee, and you kind of got to pick. I mean, it's kind of off subject a little bit, but we talked about it a little bit earlier. We just talked about how the depth chart came out for the Patriots, and James White's listed as the starter. I mean, all of a sudden, Gillislee's going to start dropping like crazy. I think they have Burkhead against Gillislee, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, that's the same type of thing. I mean, you just never know.
Right.
Is it going to be Gio? Is it going to be, Jeremy Hill? Is it going to be Joe Mixon?
Yeah.
I don't want to own more than one of them, so I don't want to have to worry about which one I'm going to play that week. So if you're asking me, I'm just going to stay away from all.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'd rather take a Ty Montgomery right around there.
And you know what? I've talked about him in previous, podcasts and videos. I like Ty. He's one of those guys that, I picked, especially last year. I was high on him. I was the one that picked him as well in our league. But here's the thing with Ty, man. Again, like I said once before, the hype train, and I should have added Jamal Williams. They're hyping him up now. They're saying a lot of good things, in camp about him. So I feel like Ty is going to end up evolving or in that offense being the third down back. And they're going to give Joe, why? Joe must be talking about me.
He must be.
I'm like, what in the?
It ain't Joe, it's Jamal.
Still Jamal. Jamal, I'm just going to call him J-Dub.
Yeah, that's fine. You can call him whatever you want.
He's going to be.
He probably ain't watching anyway.
Hey, right. But, hey.
One day, maybe.
America, talk to him.
Yeah.
Tell him to watch that channel.
Tell him to watch us. We're talking about him.
Hey, we're talking about the dog. But, man, they're looking at him, to be that bell cow. Mm-hmm. He's got all the attributes. He's got the speed. He's got the size. I hate it for Ty because I really like him. But eventually, I think it's gonna be J-Dub's backfield.
Well, here's the reason I'm gonna sell you on Ty Montgomery right now. You ready?
I'm ready.
I'm gonna sell it to you so quickly that you're going to draft him this year.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so right now in ESPN, Yahoo, what position is he clarified as?
Running back.
As a running back.
Yeah.
If he loses carries at the running back position,
mm-hmm.
what was he last year?
He was a wideout.
He was a wideout last year, right?
Yep.
So regardless if he's getting carries
mm-hmm.
or targets, he's going to be involved in one of the best offenses in football. He may not get 20 carries a game.
Right.
But he may get 8 carries and 5 catches.
Yeah.
PPR, that's gold. You know what I mean? There's so many other ways he's going to be involved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's not going to be, a 20 carry a guy game. He's not going to get all the goal line work. But he's going to be involved enough in both ways that I know in some leagues you get dual position eligibility where you can put him either or.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he does go back to wide receiver, you're going to have both positions to go at. But there's no reason. I think people have it in their mind that he needs to be my starting running back.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second. This guy has more potential than just running back.
Mm-hmm.
Don't shy away. Excuse me.
Gesundheit.
Get me all choked up.
Hey, it's all good, baby.
Get me all fired up about Ty Montgomery.
Hey, but and I get your point, and I see what you're saying about that, and that's true. But my thing is, my expectations and what I saw of Ty even last year, if he had, because he was averaging like 5 yards a carry, so to me he was really a David Johnson light. He has all those skill sets.
He's a mini-me.
Exactly. I mean, so he has the opportunity, but I don't think, and just like you stated, they're not going to use him like David Johnson. But, he still could, have some value. But the thing is, his ADP is pretty expensive. You're going to have to take him around about 5th round, 4th or 5th. So would you much rather take Ty Montgomery at that ADP, or would you rather have maybe a Keenan Allen? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I understand why you're going that way. Man, still got all choked up.
Hey, baby,
trying to sit here and sell you on Ty Montgomery.
Hey,
eyes got all watery and everything.
Hey, I like I said, I'm a believer. I like Ty, I really do. But again, he's too expensive. And then, like I said, with the whole situation of having J-Dub there, and then you still got Aaron Jones there. The backfield is just it's crowded.
Yeah, and that's why I said you got to look at him as more as a dual position, not just a running back.
I mean, a flex at best.
Yeah, flex. Even if you went heavy wide out,
mm-hmm.
if you went wide receiver round 1 and 2,
right?
Ty Montgomery is not bad to throw in there.
No.
I mean, heck, there's worse options out there.
Well, one in particular, man, for me is, and another guy's been on this hype train, is Dalvin Cook. A lot of people are really heavy and they're really high on him. But my thing is, okay, yeah, he's no Adrian Peterson, the AD of old.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's playing again, behind that same offensive line. So how in the world are they expecting this kid to succeed? And then you got Sam Bradford. Nothing wrong with Sam. I think he's a pretty good. You getting sleepy on me now?
No, I'm good. Like a lack of oxygen in here. I don't know what happened to me. You're trying to put a spell on me or something to get me off my game. It's all weird.
Hey, but no, he's playing behind an offense that really is not that explosive.
You called me out on it.
I'm sorry, bro.
It's all good.
Hey, but you know what I mean. He's like I said, Sam Bradford is he's not an Aaron Rodgers. So like we were talking about Ty, before, he's playing with an elite quarterback. Sam Bradford he's all right.
He's all right.
You know what I'm saying? But he's not going to be one that that kind of goes into the Diggs situation. That whole offense, Diggs, Rudolph, a lot of these guys that have potential. Hell, they might be better off with Teddy B.
Teddy B's back. Well, he's back at practice.
He's back at practice. Yeah. But I'd much rather have him, to be honest with you.
I don't know. I mean, Bradford's at least going to – I'm not a fan of Bradford, but at least he's somewhat accurate. I mean, he's going to – I think him and Diggs have a good rapport together.
Yeah.
He's going to think Stephon Diggs is going to have a great year. Thielen, not too much unless something happens to Diggs.
Right.
Dalvin Cook, he goes back to the same thing we talked about before. He's going to get a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, Latavius Murray came back to practice today. Or the other day. He just came back.
Crickets.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know who cares.
Yeah.
But he's back. If anything else, I don't think Dalvin is listed as the number one starting running back. He's going to get the chance, though.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that you go back to. I'm looking for the amount of carries. Who's going to get the most carries? It's not a great situation for him, but a lot of people don't have great situations. I want somebody who's going to get the ball more than somebody. I'd rather have Dalvin than Mixon.
Well, yeah.
Because at least I know Dalvin's going to touch the ball a certain amount of times.
And I agree. And that's a perfect example. The only difference is currently right now, Mixon is going a little higher than Dalvin. But I agree with you. I'd much rather wait till 5th round to get Dalvin. But again, that same situation, I don't think, the volume will be there, but I don't think he's going to return value, at that ADP. I would much rather, at a 5th round pick, even if I only have one true running back, I'd rather get a stud wide receiver or stud-ish.
Right, yeah. Ish. Stud light.
Stud light.
Yeah.
So at that ADP, you're probably looking at, again, like Keenan Allen, Jarvis Landry, somebody like that. I'd much rather have them as a flex and just, do a stab in the dark at a late round running back. Even Fat Rob. Fat Rob you can probably get later on.
And heck, that may end up being P. Ryan anyway.
Exactly. So,
either or, they're both right there on the same spot.
Yeah, so I'd rather take one of those guys, man. Like I said, Dalvin for me is just too expensive at where you're going to have to take him. And I think the hype is just building up too much around him. And I don't think he'll pan out.
Well, we'll watch here in the preseason. He may end up coming around and being something special. He may come around and not.
Yeah.
Got to watch it. Football games right around the corner.
Man.
Preseason games, they're here.
They're here, dog.
Yeah, it means there's more injuries coming.
Oh, yeah.
More hype coming. Somebody, as soon as they have a good preseason game, they're going to be the next greatest thing.
Yeah.
Definitely stuff we'll be watching. We appreciate you guys tuning in today. Thanks for putting up for my lack of a voice there for a second. Don't know what happened there, but I'm all right. I'm back. Still here.
Yeah.
Alive and kicking. Thought I was going to die for a second.
Hey.
But I pulled through. Persevered.
I'm glad you didn't, because I ain't doing no mouth dog.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say you were going to record alone. I'm like, dang.
Oh, no.
I can do this alone.
Hey, the show's got to go on,
man. That's right. I may fall over, but Mac's still going to talk.
I'm still rolling.
That's the only way you're going to get all your points in.
Right.
No, we appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hit us up on Twitter. Email us. Get in touch with us. Find us on Facebook. We appreciate all the love. Met a whole lot of guys on Twitter. We appreciate all the interaction on there. Having fun with it.
Yeah.
Get in touch with us. Having fun, having a ball. Can't wait for football season. You all enjoy the rest of your day. And as of this show, we out.
Peace.
Later.